Hello everyone, this is T. Charanya Nagamal from the Department of IT, Fatima College, Madurai. Here we are going to see a topic in the subject called mobile computing, and the topic is emerging technologies. So these are all the emerging technologies we are going to see, that is Bluetooth, radio frequency identification, WiMAX, mobile IP, IPv6 and Java card. Here in this video we are going to see only the two things, that is Bluetooth and radio frequency identification. So the Bluetooth is a name that's the come from the nickname of a Danish king Harald Blatter. So, what is meant by Bluetooth? It allows the user to make ad hoc wireless connection between the devices like mobile phones, desktop, or notebook computers, which all should be in a wireless connection. Then, what is the data transfer speed between the devices? Are it's a 720 kbps within 50 meters of a range beyond the walls, clothing, and even luggage bags, and it creates into a built into a small microchips. And how does it operate is it operates in the globally available frequency band, cruising the wire worldwide interoperably. And how should be it managed? It's managed and maintained by a group called Bluetooth Special Interest Group. And what is the use of this as? It's an unlicensed 2.4 GHz ISM, that is Industrial Scientific and Medical Frequency Band. Then how many channels are available in this Bluetooth technology or in this Bluetooth protocol? Or there are 79 available channels, and each channels with a speed of 1 megahertz per to, which is from the range of 2.402 gigahertz to 2.480 gigahertz, and it allows the cover levels starting from 1 MW to 100 MW. That is, it's covering 10 centimeters to up to 100 meters. And it's suitable only for the short device zone to personal area networks within a home. And this technology support both unicast and multicast connection, that is point to point connection as well as point to multi-point connections. And these protocols are the collection of many interrelated protocols. And what are the technology? It's used the relationship in these protocols is the master slave relationship. That is, master and slaves together to form a network called PICONET, which when the master allows the slaves to talk. And how many slaves devices are connected to BSA into the master is the master allowed to connect up to 7 slave devices to communicate in the PICONET. And what is meant by scatternet? Scatternet is formed when several of piconets are linked together to form a large network in an ad hoc manner. So what is before that? What is scatternet is? It's a topology where a device from one piconet also acts as a member of the another piconet, wherein a device being a master in one piconet can simultaneously be a slave in the other one. And here is the diagram of the scatternet, which is we said the earlier as the what is the scatternet topology follows. And Bluetooth protocols. This Bluetooth protocols plus Bluetooth radio protocols are required by most of the Bluetooth devices. And it used the technology called the spread spectrum technologies in the physical layer, while used both direct sequence and frequency hopping spread spectrum technologies. And it's a connectionless, as we said earlier, it's the connection wireless connection, and it uses the ACL and SCO links. What is ACL is? It is asynchronous connectionless link, and connection oriented type of link is referred to as synchronous connection oriented links. And cable replacement layer, telephony control layer, and adopted protocol layer from application oriented protocols are used here. And this is the Bluetooth protocol stack, in which various types of protocols, environment, and different adaptation protocols are also used. Let us see this one by one. So as we said earlier, this Bluetooth protocol stack is a combination of some interrelated protocols, and that protocols to be called as Bluetooth core protocols, cable replacement protocol, telephony control protocols, and adapted protocols. So what are all inside in the Bluetooth core protocols? Baseband. So baseband, what is the use of the baseband is it enables the physical link between the devices. And what's the use of LMP? LMP is nothing but it's the link manager protocol which manages the device in the range, power modes, connection, duty cycles, etc. And what's the use of L2 cap? L2 cap is logical link control and adaptation protocols. And what's the use of this protocol is it is used to the segmentation and reassembly of the fragmented packets with their multiplexing. And SDP is used, that is service discovery protocols, is used to enable the device to join into a piconet. Then what's the use of cable replacement protocol? Here it's an additionally we can use the radio frequency communication protocols which emulates the radio frequencies with the 232 control and data signals over the Bluetooth baseband protocol. And what is the use of telephony control protocols? Here under the telephony control protocols we use two. One is TCS bin and another one is AT commands. So TCS bin is nothing but it's a telephony control specification binary which defines the call control signaling protocols and handling the mobility management for the group of Bluetooth TCS devices. Next to the AT commands. AT commands is nothing but the attention commands. So it defines a set of commands by which a mobile phone can be used and controlled as a modem for fax and data transfers. Next one is adopted protocols. So here adopted, what are all the set of adopted protocols we are using in this Bluetooth protocols are PPP, TCP/IP, OBEX and content formats. What is meant by PPP is it's a point-to-point protocols, which means it is taking the IP packets to and from the PPP layer and placing them onto the LAN. It's a multi-way connection. And what's the use of TCP/IP is, as we know already, that is it's mainly used for the communication across the internet. And OBEX protocol, that is object exchange protocol, it is a session protocol to exchange the objects and used to browse the content of the folders on the remote devices. What should be the content formats? So this content format is used to exchange the messages, notes and synchronized data among the various devices. And how security is followed in the Bluetooth technologies. So here Bluetooth technologies offer a security infrastructure starting from authentication, key exchange to encryption. That is, authentication is nothing but it's allow the user by based on the authentication process, and it's used the key exchange for the encryption also. And it uses the publicly available cipher algorithm known as CipherPlus algorithm to authenticate a device's identity. Next one, Bluetooth application models. So each application model in Bluetooth is realized through a profile. Profile divides the protocols and protocol features supporting a particular usage model. Some common profiles are file transfer, internet bridge, LAN access, synchronization and headset, etc. The next technology is RFID, which is abbreviated as radio frequency identification. This RFID, it's a transponder which acts like a set tags which carry an identification that can be read through a radio frequency interfaces. So what is a tag? A tag is attached to the object and data within the tag it provides the identification for the objects. And that object could be an entity in a manufacturing shop, and it may be a goods in a transmit, or it may be an item in a retail store, or any vehicle in the parking, or it may be any pet animals or in a books in any library. So whatever that object could maybe differ. And what is RFID system? So it comprises the different functional areas like it means of reading or interrogating the things, and it's a mechanism to filter some of the data, and it mainly to communicate the data in the tag with the host computer, and it's meant for updating and entering the customized data into the tag. So this RFID tag is divided into three categories based on some criteria, and that criteria are frequency, application and power levels. So what is the frequency based RFID tags? So it's work on the six basic frequencies, six frequency ranges, that is started from 132.4 kilohertz to 5.8 gigahertz. And the lower frequency range tags are slow in data phrase, it's slow in the data transfer, and it's suitable for slow moving objects, security access and asset tracking and animal identification applications. And what about the high frequency range? The high frequency range tags offer long reading ranges and high data transfer speed, and are used for the fast moving objects like railway wagon tracking and identification of vehicles on the freeways for automated toll connections. Higher the frequency, high the data transfer rates. Lower frequency have the low data transfer rates. And what our next type is RFID tags based on the applications. The speed of the objects and the distance to be read determines the type of the tags to be used. RFID systems follow the contactless and non-line of the straight nature of the technologies. It can be read at the high speeds, and these two segments can be used in the memory. One segment is for factory set and used to uniquely identification of a tag, while the other one is used by the application. Here we have the read and write capability of the RFID system, and it is an advantage in interactive applications such as work in process or maintenance tracking. And the two types of tags based on the power levels are active tags and passive tags. Passive tags are generally is the low frequency range, and the tags at higher frequency range can be called as active or passive. So we know that active tags, this active tags powered by an internal battery and are typically read and write. What is the memory range of this active tags is it's a few bytes to up to 1 MB, and the battery supplied power of an active tag generally gives it as a longer read range. Greater the size, greater the cost and a limited operational life of the active tags. Comparing with the active tags, passive tags operate without own power source. So it obtains the operating power from the reader's antenna. So data within the passive tag is read only and generally cannot be changed during the operations. Lighter, less expensive and offer a virtual unlimited operational life. Have a shorter read ranges than active tags and require a high power reader. Data is usually 32 to 128 bits long only in this passive tags. Next one, what are all the components of the RFID system? Here we have the transponder, which is programmed with the unique information, and the transceiver with the decoder and the antenna or coil. So this closely proximity passive tags rely on the electromagnetic or inductive coupling techniques, whereas active tags are based upon the propagating electromagnetic waves techniques. So there is a coupling in passive and active tags. So here are the diagram of passive RFID tags and active RFID tags. What are all the applications areas of this RFID? So mainly the RFID's applications are implemented in the transportations and logistics, manufacturing and processing, security purpose, animal tagging, retail stores and enterprise stores, community library, time and attendance, postal tracking, airline baggage reconciliation, and road toll management. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.